Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Everlasting Couch. As always, I am your host, Caelan Cox.
And I'm your other host, Matthew Williams.
And we got some pretty exciting stuff lined up for you this week. This week's episode is going to be pretty heroic.
Or not. It could be anti-heroic, if you will. Jokes.
Who?
I don't know who.
Alright, so, everyone, this is a pretty common question to be asked.
It's always asked. I've heard it ever since I was a little kid.
Truth or dare circles everywhere.
Spin the bottle, too.
Yeah, well, maybe not. just different. But if you had a superpower, what would it be? That's what we're talking about today. So,
I guess I'll go first. I've always thought about what you could do if you had the ability to freeze time in the moment. You're the only one that could move. Everything around you is just frozen. The possibilities are endless. You could travel around the world. You could be evil. You could steal money. You could murder. You could be the modern day Robin Hood. Take from the rich, give to the poor. There's endless possibilities on what you can do with this. You could have so much more time to create a life-saving machine that could save the planet, if you will.
And is that what you'd do? So
I don't know. I'm not smart, so
well,
actually, I might travel.
Freezing time. That's actually, I don't even know if that's on my top 10 list of
top
superpowers
10
I would want. I don't know if it's up there. It's just never really something that. There's something about it to me that seems very kind of intrinsically lonely. Because you freeze time, you're in this kind of limbo, and you're by yourself. Unless you bring if you had, say, a computer, could you turn on the computer when you froze time?
If you wanted to. You could unfreeze time, go on your computer, and then freeze it again. If you wanted to.
Yeah, that's true. But so, do things function?
I feel when you touch them, if you want to have that thing animated, you can touch it and it'll become.
You can touch it. You can choose that. Okay.
You can choose whether or not.
Because otherwise, nuclear reactors, not being monitored. If the machines aren't gonna keep working, there's gonna be a meltdown. Yeah.
Who doesn't love world destruction? Am I right?
Interesting. And people, do hearts still beat, or is it kind of like freeze?
No,
you're not aging. Your hair isn't growing.
No, you're nothing.
So if I was about to die, you froze time, then I wouldn't die if you froze time.
Basically.
But I also technically wouldn't keep living because I wouldn't be in this time freeze spot. You're about to die. You freeze time. What about
that? That is a question that I don't know how to answer that. If I was about to die, do I keep living in my world? And when I die, if I did die, well, I froze time. Does everything stay frozen forever? Does me dying break the? There's so many questions.
Yeah, and how'd that work? Do you just freeze a city, or do you freeze the whole world, or do you freeze all of time? Does this affect other societies, other worlds? How big does this happen? If you're just freezing, say, the world, does the planet keep going in motion? What is time? That's what begs the question.
I never thought about the fact that would the Earth stop moving as well.
So if you're an astronomer looking up at some stars, and then you blink and you're looking at the stars in a completely different position because the Earth has kept moving.
I can fuck
aliens.
So many people.
Aliens from.
I can fuck
aliens.
So many people.
Aliens from outer space. If they come to the Earth while it's frozen, is that a thing?
It depends if my powers grow. If they grow and I can eventually expand it out to the everlasting universe,
Interesting. Well, for me, my ideal superpower, now I've put a lot of thought into this, it would be to be able to be magic. So when I say that, I mean kind of like I would be able to do anything that an actual wizard would be able to do. I'd be able to, make myself disappear, throw fireballs, walk the plains, teleportation spells, commune with the mystic.
Kratos the lizard wizard.
Ghost, yeah. Kratos the lizard wizard.
He is a god.
Yes. Like a lizard with a big belly and a wizard hat. Yeah, and staff. And a loincloth.
And a leather vest. You can't forget his leather vest.
It's a leather vest.
You're
not wrong.
You're
not wrong.
What happened the last time that Kratos used that leather vest? I think an explosion of fire went around me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because before
it was fire.
It was made to make you resist fire, but since you're Dragonborn, you already could. So it was buffed, and then it explodes in a wreath of fire when you take a certain amount of damage in melee combat. Kind of repels everybody, which is really handy, as a caster. Your lower health.
Yeah.
So that helps out.
But back to the being magic.
I
found I find the idea of being able to travel to different ethereal planes and parallel universes. Maybe you can go to a different universe where you see yourself, but as
that
something
would be interesting.
Different.
Yeah, that to me is so appealing. There's just so much it'd be so cool.
That's gotta be like number 2 for me. Yeah. It's like if I can't have freezing time, I'd be magic. I'd be a wizard. I'd probably make myself Kratos the Lizard Wizard, my D&D character, if I had, because I'm a wizard. I can do what the fuck I want.
Why not?
So I would make myself my D&D character, and then I'd probably make you guys like your D&D characters, and then we go out and we
regardless if they want it or not.
Adventures. Yeah, no.
Travis,
you are being my cleric.
You're successfully, running your own medical laboratory or whatever. No, you're now an elf who shoots arrows and summons dragons. You have no choice in this. We're going questing.
Do you know how much fun that would be?
It would be a lot of fun.
They wouldn't say no.
That's true.
They wouldn't say. I mean, I would get scared. Because I've almost died by tentacles. Wait, no. Liam saved me with his tentacles.
You almost died to an elemental.
Yeah, that was
water
scary.
Tendrils, kind of tentacles. Tentacles.
Scared me half to death. Get it? Because I was dead, almost.
Yeah, that would. Those would be our superpowers.
Yeah, so I guess that answered that question.
It did. What our superpowers would be. I mean, we're already pretty super. We got the looks. We got the mediocre intelligence. With in itself, we're not below average.
We're there.
Like to think we hedged a little bit. We're on the lean front. Hopefully.
God, hopefully.
We're educated at least. Yeah. Do education and intelligence correlate necessarily?
Do you need intelligence to be super?
No, not necessarily.
Do you need intelligence to be a wizard? Oh, well.
Well, D&D stats tell you yes. But I mean, because there's this whole thing of does education, does that give you intelligence? So if there's someone who's never been in school, let's say, but he's lived for 60 years, a 60-year-old a village elder of let's say a rewind time native Canadian tribe, compared to someone 60 years old who has their doctorate in medical science. What is intelligent there?
What's to say that old man isn't intelligent?
Does he need to be educated to be intelligent?
He's learned all the things that he needs to learn in order to live a happy, fulfilling life. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do education. He learned everything from just living, and that's what life should be. You should,
Yeah.
Living life and just learning.
Well, that was so. Feel free to drop some chatter in the comments section.
Tell us what your superpower would be.
Your favorite superhero, and what you do with it. That's interesting as well. Feel free to like and subscribe or not. Do whatever you want to do.
Just know that we're posting regularly. So
And, yeah,
stop by.
each and every one of us. And lights, camera, action. Welcome back to this week's episode of the Everlasting Coach. Coach? Coach, put me in, Coach, I'm ready.
I'm ready to play.